Yo! Video games.
Why do you go to HDMI? There it is. Alright, hold on. Balance. Diddy's Conquest. Bold move, right? I'm gonna say a bold move in the part 2 to take out the main character.
Right?
A very bold, a Kojima bold move, you know what I mean? I think the music is the best part of this game.
It is.
I'm not even kidding. It's like, I think legit the best part. What was that?
I don't know.
Weird beep. Weird beep. Is this the MSU version?
Yeah.
That might be why.
I want to get to Jib Jig. I want to hear that song.
Jib Jib?
Jib Jig.
Prepare your ears for the eventual audio hell. Damn, dude, that background. Holy crap, that ocean.
Right?
That ocean would go on to inspire Sea of Thieves.
Pretty much.
Get back and give Steve his space. He needs space. Come on, let's lean back and give Steve his
Oh, we're
space.
playing the best console of all time here.
The SNES?
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
You think the SNES is the best console? Come on.
Yeah.
Steve, how...
I needed some tea because I lost my voice.
But like, there's a lot of different teas in there. You have like Steve. All right, Steve always does this.
I love it.
Steve is like, I'm gonna get one thing. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything.
It's
I'm gonna,
the best
I'm
way
gonna
to make
create a
tea.
new thing.
There are 3
Steve
tea
has
bags in
3 to 4 tea bags in there.
They're all different
And
logos.
they're all different tea bags.
One is for the stomach, the other one is for the throat, and then the other one is for flavor.
Gotcha.
That's all.
There are so many tea bags in that tea. All the hostility is still on the table.
Yes, it is. We really went to SNES? Oh my god. Why not just play the Dreamcast, the greatest console of all time?
Because we have spent more time playing the Dreamcast over the past 10, 11, 12, 15, 17 years we've been doing
The
this.
greatest console in the world.
We have spent so much time playing the Dreamcast, bro, that... Come on. We're about to get a collection of games that are literally just a fuckload of Dreamcast games. With Capcom Fighting Collection 2.
When is that coming out again?
Soon, like a month.
A month.
Like a month.
A month, okay. We're in the middle of this month, so I guess. That is the collection for us, you know? Like, that's kind of crazy how that worked out.
Do you ignore
We did it, boys. We did.
how much does the Dreamcast like go up or down? If you ignore PSO, it has a significant impact. Personally speaking, it has a significant impact. Like, it's a big deal. Like, first online, like, it's hard to describe. It's like, who gives a fuck about EverQuest nowadays?
Damn.
Like, who gives a fuck about EverQuest? But
Fuck
like,
you, EverQuest.
for what the hell EverQuest was, you know,
Bitch,
that's
EverQuest.
that is completely circumstantial whether or not you like lived during it to know if it was a big deal, if it like
Damn.
did something. Chat does. I know a lot of people in the chat do, for sure. EverQuest is like the foundation of like many MMO online games and all of that shit, right? Asheron's Call, you know, Dark something. I can't remember.
Dark
the hell.
Age of Camelot.
Dark Age of Camelot, Daok. People were playing that shit. FF11, World of Warcraft a little bit later. You know,
Daok.
like, that RuneScape, like, there's so many. God, PSO is up there with them. So it's, and the thing is, PSO did it without needing a PC. And it had an easy way of communicating with each other. Like, fuck, bro. The Ultima's a bit different, I think. But still in terms of like an online game, you know? PSO, by consideration of it at the time, was an MMO, right? It wasn't a fully as featured MMO as most, but you know.
They're gonna do top 10 RPG? No! Let me do a top 10 RPG! Oh shit.
Yeah, the problem with that is that, like, my opinions are really specific. And,
Oh, you mean like bias?
oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That is literally the point. That is literally the point. But, you know, and my expertise only goes to a certain point of the generation. I pretty much stop at the PS1.
You pretty much start and stop at the PS1.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, for me. Oh yeah.
Fucking hell. Next one's fucking Chrono Trigger playthrough.
Yeah!
Man,
Yeah, soon, yeah.
dude.
Uh-huh.
Bro,
Yeah.
chill.
This man announced
Dude.
it 10 years ago.
It's still Christmas.
Ah, Christmas.
It's
Okay.
still, I haven't seen you wear the hat.
Oh,
haven't seen you wear
yeah,
the hat
that's what I
again
need to
yet.
wear to get you to
I
play.
have not seen you being inspired enough.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay,
Alright,
I need
that's
to wear
what
the
I'm
fucking
saying.
hat. You know, it's not a hat, right? Like, it's like a beanie. Like, it's gotta be like a beanie. It's like
Yeah.
a fucking...
But I gotta see your love for Chrono Trigger
Ah, okay.
reach to the surface.
What if I told you I had more of a love for SpongeBob, or Sideshow Bob, than Chrono Trigger? Would that... Because I think it's a Sideshow
We already
Bob.
know you don't like The Simpsons very much, Steve.
That what? I love them. And Sideshow Bob is great. It's fucking odd. I love wearing that. You know, I wear it like all the time.
I don't think you do.
No, it's-
I don't see you wearing it on stream, so it never happens.
No, I don't need to show off what I
Is it
wear
getting
daily.
Darker?
Yeah, the sun's setting.
Wow, it is. That's fucking cool.
What year is this?
95.
Jeez.
Super Nintendo. The sun is setting, Chad. The entire background is changing color. That is crazy.
How long does she have this for?
Wow.
There we go.
Wow, that's really cool.
Mountain Dew green. That's what the sunset looked like.
Oh my god, and this music on this level. Lockjaw Saga.
Oh, you missed a... Oh, yep, 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 yep. Oh. Oh.
Dude, it's crazy how 3D that water looks. That's actually nuts. Rare was on some shit, bro. There's a bunch of 20-year-old British kids. And they're like smoking the goodest shit you have ever, like, I don't get it. How did they cook so hard?
Jesus. Rare was kind of like an indie dev too. They weren't really like a
They were small.
yeah.
There was
weren't
not
like
a lot of
fucking
people
giant
there.
Fucking,
Nintendo era Rare is not a big team. It's like just a handful of like 20-year-old dudes, you know?
To be honest, this style kind of reminds me of the RE engine, where like they just find a unique way to make you know, graphics or characters and stuff, and they just roll with it in almost everything that they make afterwards, you know. Because you know when a Rare game comes up, like when you see the fucking characters and, and the animation.
But yeah, because
you're
they're,
like,
all,
oh yeah, that's
they're
Rare.
all designed by like Kevin Bayless, so it was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Oh, that's a Rare
style
game.
is very specific.
It's like, oh, that's a Rare game.
Jesus, this music, dude. So, Chad, we can definitely talk about it now because it's been what? It's been 11 years? Me and Simmons had a wonderful opportunity a long while back, right? And when KI was coming out and moving into season, was it before it was even out? Is that when Robin was down here? He was down here for something else, but it was also KI related.
It was E3.
It was E3. Around E3 2013, 2014, Killer Instinct's like becoming a thing. It's a thing again. People are excited, like yada yada yada. And to like celebrate the old KI music coming back, which it was re-released again, and KI coming back and new stuff. Around the time Robin Beeland, who co-made all the music for Killer Instinct and a lot of old Rare games and stuff, right? Is here, and we went to lunch with him, and we got to like talk. He was at the foundation of all these games, right? Like literally there on the creative foundation of all these things being made, doing the craziest shit of just making the beeps and boops come out of the SNES hardware and the N64 and all this shit, right? And KI. So he was pretty much the one that made the what's it called? The track list, the CD version of the Killer Instinct music that came out on the Killer Cut CD. We had lunch
That
with
looked like
this
a crash.
Well, he's not supposed to be there.
Oh, really? That's why the sign said no sharks.
Yeah.
I would have seen what happened if you just kept going.
So we had a lunch with him and just hung out with a whole bunch and just got to sort of like talk with him about like all the stuff that happened in the SNES era and the Genesis era, that of which we won't divulge any specifics, but we just had like a really cool chat with the guy because of us big fans. We like grew up with this stuff and we're all industry adjacent now. And he's just the nicest dude, like the most normal, like just this normal like ginger guy from this other complete different side of the planet, you know. And he's just it was such a heartwarming thing that these were just kids when they were doing this shit. Like they were just kids when they made all these games and shit. It's crazy.
That's why I think about the MK team.
Yeah, like the OG MK team. They were just kids, dude. They were just trying
kids,
shit.
just figuring stuff out, trying to figure out what they can get
And
away
all of a
with.
sudden they made what is like effectively a giant global phenomenon that is hugely life-changing for so many people. Like it's
a developer's dream.
It's
And
inspiring is what it is. It was really cool.
I say the same thing for, the developers of like, things like Among Us or, Lethal Company and stuff. Like they make these games, nobody notices it for years, and then all of a sudden it fucking explodes, and people see all the work and the passion that they put into these projects. Now it's a little different for Mortal Kombat and like indie guys like Rare, when they come up with the stuff and it immediately takes off. But to have your project just sit for so long and then all of a sudden people really start to see what it does. Yeah. It's got to be a dream come true for a lot of them because they lose hope. But lo and behold, some random streamer decides hey, I was gonna try this game this way, and then all of a sudden people start playing it like crazy. So it is what it is.
Yeah, MK team was like 3 dudes. A Van Damme team was like, NBA Jam was like, 6 to 8 people.
Yeah.
That what's that company that taking over the arcade? All ex-Midway people. They have a big NBA Jam game now. Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, there's a new one coming out from like
Superstar.
Raw Thrills or some shit.
Yeah, Raw Thrills. Yeah, they have an NBA Jam game. It's like a big, giant 4-player, massive cabinet.
So are you telling me it's going to be full of all the modern NBA superstars?
It is. It's out.
Wait,
There's an
Is it
NBA
a
Jam
cabinet, though?
arcade game.
Yeah, it's not called NBA Jam because it's licensing.
Right.
But it is NBA Jam. It's got Boom Shakalaka and all
Yeah,
that.
it's like the 3v3. And it's like the big heads, like the weird little bodies.
Or I was gonna say, they made the game for a cabinet for arcade.
For Dave & Buster's and shit.
Yeah.
It's the Dave & Buster's arcade, guys. The Lost
I think
World
I've
game.
seen it. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I don't remember the game. It's like NBA like Superstars or something. Like
Yeah. They got like the which one's on there. The magic number is always
His
3.
music sounds so
You
much
played it at D&B. It's all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I remember I was streaming and IRL streaming, and I came across it, and I saw some guys playing it like a while ago, but I didn't understand what I was looking at because I figured, it looks like it would be nice if they made it to console for sure.
Yeah, the only time they made a console game was when they put Cruisin' on the Switch.
Cruising USA.
Yeah.
the new Cruising.
IRL streams every once in a while.
Bro, this game feels very epic, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, Donkey Kong, I don't feel like felt epic.
No.
This game feels like musically, because of the music, it feels epic, and like the scale of the backgrounds and shit feels epic.
If this game was so successful as Simmons, how come they didn't make it anymore?
They didn't make more. What are you talking about?
On, like what, the newer consoles?
No, they made a third one.
Right.
Made Donkey Kong Country 3, and then the system was done.
It was 96 when DKC 3 came out.
And then it came back.
There's a trilogy. It's a trilogy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a trilogy. It came back in Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Well,
and
yeah, but then
Tropical
there's Donkey
Freeze.
Kong 64 on 64.
Nah,
too.
fuck that.
Damn.
So, also a 3D Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I know you're excited for the new one coming on Switch.
Yeah, I
Two.
wasn't sure at
Switch 2.
first, but like I've warmed up to it a lot.
It honestly looks like pure joy, the video game.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched gameplay yet, it's crazy.
Beaver didn't see anything for Switch 2, remember?
You gotta show him.
It's a Switch 2, Simmons. Is gonna make your top 10.
What?
Switch 2.
Games? Yeah, that's
Consoles.
Well, I'll find out in 10 years.
Damn. This is gonna be grayed out by that time.
Grib, thank you. Damn, Steve was going hard for Sony tonight. We were going hard.
It's almost like they made nothing but banger consoles every single generation.
But like the PS3 saving kids and shit.
I mean, it literally was like that. Was you just
God.
hate kids? Max,
Well,
you
they wanted
Can't
you
be
to
that gullible.
you wanted
Cannot be that gullible.
You hated kids.
I refuse to let you be that gullible.
I am angry that the fact that you guys argued the fact that it was below fucking 360 when 360 wasn't the winning console of that generation.
Oh, because that's a sales
Here's
thing,
the
bro.
thing.
And I understand the sales thing. Okay, I get that.
But it was
the
in the
people
time that mattered.
In the time for the majority
But
of
the-
those
the-
consoles' existence, the
people-
360 sold better.
The people realized at the end of the console that, hey, this was the better system. They were falling for the marketing, which is the thing that you fell for the Genesis Simmons.
I'm not.
You fell for marketing.
I'm not really sure that really actually applies. It was more just like the PS3 got so cheap because they had the Super Slim, which was a slide door version of the PS3, and it was so much cheaper because so much stuff had been gutted at that point, and people were like, you know what?
Did they even play PS1 games?
No, I don't even know if it did that.
I wonder.
I don't actually know if
It played two as PS2 games, and I don't think it went back like PS1 because PS1 games already had like a fucking issue
Yeah.
with the original PS3 console.
balls.
I would
It
say
did not. Wow. Or
Yeah.
it did. It did not. It did. It did not.
Oh damn!
It did.
Because it was all emulation based anyways. But like, yeah, it was just, people just got the PS3 because there's a couple things. There's like one, like Microsoft was so super hard all in on Kinect at that point, and they were already kind of done with the 360.
This is when Microsoft was going in the wrong
Yeah,
direction.
and so Sony was like still trying hard to sell PS3, and there was a bunch of PS3 games that built up, and so suddenly the system gets really cheap. You gotta remember also too, 360 never takes off in Japan. So the 360 outselling,
Yeah. 360 is like specifically
Yeah.
a Western console alone.
specifically outselling the PS3
What-
for the majority of its life, with an entire region just
Ignored.
completely ignoring it, is even more impressive.
Japan didn't give a fuck about Xbox.
what Western console does good in Japan?
None.
None.
Thank you.
They never have.
Yeah, they
but that's
never
the
have.
thing. That was the leg up the Xbox had, is that
Two shits.
the Xbox 360 was so big in every other region outside of like Japan, which is normally accounting for a lot of sales.
Yeah.
It still was beating PlayStation.
Yeah.
It still was winning.
And really, it's more of like the people started finally being able to afford a PS3 in Japan.
Because PS3 was very expensive.
It was very expensive, and people weren't hopping on even in Japan for the PS3. So when they finally had like a tiny version of the console for much cheaper, that's when people started buying PS3s.
That bitch was like $500 for like the cheap version at the start.
The two port one.
Yes.
As a port as opposed to
Yes,
the.
it was very expensive.
It was the Blu-ray, dude.
It was the beginning of arrogant Sony.
It was the Blu-ray, dude, and again, they didn't have much of a choice when they dedicated themselves to getting that fucking.
I don't know,
that
man. The Blu-ray player is just another laser disc.
Right, but
Like disc with a laser.
I mean, if you look at the history of the system, like
That
how
was the
they
reason
kept-
why
they
it was so
kept lowering
expensive.
the price and dropping stuff. It was everything. It's because they put too much crap on it.
right, it wasn't, and that's the beauty of the system is that it wasn't just a video game system. It was an everything system, and that was the beginning of why PlayStation 2 was so good. Is because that's when they started doing that. That's when they said, you know, it should be a video player. It should also be a memory card fucking
Yeah, yeah.
package. They were putting
Sony
everything.
started the multimedia machine.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. It was an entertainment system. It wasn't just a video game system. And I remember talking to Kenny about this like years ago, and Kenny was like, "Oh, well, I don't want my video game system to wash my car and do my dishes and all that shit like that. I just want to play video games."
And to be honest,
I get what he's saying, but at the same time, to get it something that was all rolled in one, it was a cheaper version of a version of a Blu-ray player. Blu-ray players.
Oh, it
were
was
more-
100% the cheapest Blu-ray player.
Blu-ray player. Blu-ray players by themselves were more expensive.
The problem is that even though you had like a Blu-ray player, most people didn't even have HD fucking.
No, they didn't have the stuff
So
like that.
you being able to even enjoy it, like oh, I'm getting the 1080p experience type of thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You're looking at it on a CRT, my dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
That was the beginning of people getting the high quality TVs to match the fucking DVDs that were able to.
Yeah, right around that time frame, around the Xbox 360, like 2006 to 2007 ish. I get my first HD TV. It's a 720p RCA.
Motherfucker, I remember going to your fucking
And you being
house.
mind blown.
Well, not just mind blown, but fucking confused. It was JJ was on the bed, and you had this giant fucking screen TV that covered your whole fucking room. You could barely move in that.
That wasn't my TV.
It was that.
That was somebody else. You're thinking of somebody else.
No,
my TV was kind of small. My TV was
No.
like 27 inches.
It was small for you at the time, motherfucker. I'd never seen a fucking TV that large before.
It wasn't that big.
Dude,
It was like 32 inches. It
it covered your fucking your fucking
was literally that big.
bro. No.
that big.
No. You were playing Call of Duty on that bitch.
Yeah.
That shit was wide as fuck, man.
Well, it did have big speakers on the side.
Maybe on the
it was
speakers.
wider.
I remember seeing that shit. I was like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, it covered your room. You had no space and shit, dude. It was fucking gigantic. But you could see the pixels in that bitch, and it was the highest quality of the time and shit like that. And you were such a fucking, quality nerd at the time, even today. Like, you were fucking.
I had a giant
obsessed with
TV
that shit.
chat. I'm 27.
Yeah,
What
dude.
the fuck are you talking? I had a giant TV when I was a kid compared to Dreamcast was a rich kid console. My dude.
No,
You're
it
talking
wasn't-
the difference between 16 and 27.
Bro, I could tell you spent everything you had, like all of your fucking
I
GameStop
literally
money.
sold my Final Fantasy 11 character that I had been playing for 3 to 4 years to buy that TV.
That's right. You were like one of those guys that like built characters to sell off.
No. My own personal one.
Oh.
Just to get rid of it.
Yeah,
Life
yeah.
changed shit. So I sold my character.
And how much was he worth?
I gave him $700.
$700 for a character. I wonder what that.
They had to switch servers, they had to do all this stuff, but eventually I just had to like say goodbye to everybody, I got it back. I eventually got it back. But
How did you get it back? What the fuck?
a process.
Okay. Did you just make a new character?
Yeah. No. I legit got help to get it back.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't scam anybody. I legit.
Yeah, I know. I get you.
I bought it back.
Oh, you bought it back.
yes,
Did you
I
buy
bought
it
it
back
back.
from the same guy?
No, I didn't. I found out where it eventually went, and they were selling it again.
Holy shit! So they were
It had been
passing
sold.
your
It had
character
been passed
around.
around several times.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, that was just the way. That was a thing that existed, my dude. Like that was just a thing that was around all over the time in that MMO era. People sold characters all the time.
Damn.
If you were done with the game, then you had like a valuable ass character. That was like normal.
Motherfucker. Yeah, you get whore in your character.
No, it wasn't. No, it was just. It's like selling a car. You sold your car,
Yeah.
and like, oh, I can afford my car again. I'll go get it.
I was gonna say that the guy who bought your character
That still
probably sold
happens.
it
That's crazy.
He probably sold it for more.
How much was my TV? My TV was like $699. TV was about $699, and it was like a cheap 32-inch ish RCA. And I had it for a long time. It had very little input delay, which was also wonderful about it. But yeah, I played like Call of Duty 4 on it. It was a 720p,
Holy
60 hertz TV.
Holy fuck! You said RCA. What the?
RCA before they went out of business.
Yeah, I was gonna like, man, I haven't heard that name in fucking years.
Oh yeah.
RCA, what the shit?
And a stereo sound, it did. It had speakers on the side, like actual big speakers on the side. I had that TV for a very long time, dude. And I kept it because it didn't have any. It was before HD TV, so it was a. It was an HD TV, it was an HD LCD, so it wasn't plasma. Plasma TVs had a lot of problems. They had a lot of input delay and shit, a lot of burn-in.
Early plasma.
My TV had no bells and whistles. Like, it wasn't a 1080i, which had more input delay generally. And this was when I learned input delay is even a thing, because we didn't know this, dude.
Yeah.
As soon as we got HD TVs, we're like, wow, why does the game feel like shit?
For the longest time, I didn't even know the difference between 1080i and 1080p. I just played the fucking game on it, and it seemed fine to me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh. Okay.
So to me, like, all the other TVs that I was playing on, that were HD TVs, the games just felt like ass. And I was like, oh man, this feels really bad.
Yeah.
So I kept that TV for a long time because of like competitive fighting games and all of that shit. They just felt the best. Now TVs are dirt cheap, but you know, at the time, I pretty much bought my first HD TV with selling my, you know, legacy FF11 character.
I don't know, man. I went to fucking Best Buy the other day, and the TV was like $1,200 and shit like that. I was like, Jesus, man.
How big is it?
It was like this. It was like this.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah. I was like, God damn.
And you can, dude, you can get a TV of this size with just less bells and whistles for like $300.
Yeah, I guess.
Like even bigger.
Look, the
It
thing
won't
is,
be OLED.
It won't be an OLED.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
good. It'll be like a QLED or some shit like that. It'll look good.
not the QLED.
Not the QLED. dude.
It's fine. QLED's great.
He's just saying that.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what it fucking means. not
You,
the,
I'm like,
not
I'm
the
like you
QLED.
convinced me to get a QLED.
I did. Yeah, because it's fine. It looks good.
I love how Simmons doesn't get some.
Not the-
Oh fuck!
Oh no!
Now he's dead.
Yeah. My thing is that why wouldn't you get a smart TV? Like, just get a smart TV so that it can have all the fucking different channels that you can switch to, and not just channels, but you can switch to like all the HDMI.
All TVs
or,
now
like,
will have smart TVs.
The thing is that like I went to Best Buy and they're like, no, these are the
T2, thank you.
the monitors. And the monitors had like all the smart TV fucking options, and you go smart TV, and it was like, yeah, but you can't, you know, plug it into your PC the way that you can with the fucking monitor. So you have to make a choice on whether or not if you wanted to use a smart TV to do gaming or to just do the fucking monitor to do
Yeah, you're not
shit
wrong.
like that.
Whereas
So I
that
was like,
choice still kind of exists.
yeah, I was like, fuck, man, why can't you
That's
just
why
do it all
monitors
in
can be
one?
so expensive.
Yeah, right. And I was like,
Just use like granddad shopping for an iPhone and Boondocks.
shit. Like, just why do I have to make the choice of that shit? Like, it's so fucking frustrating. I don't want ads on my TV. I mean, you know.
Man, it's gonna be hard to get around that nowadays, bro.
Yeah. That's
You pretty
true.
much
Yeah,
need
yeah.
a monitor.
Yeah. Because the smart TVs, they do have ads. Like, you see the,
Oh, they
the
absolutely
interface. Yeah,
do.
the interface, and it comes with ads.
If I press one button, you'll see an ad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of the beast, man. Yeah, I get it. Search smart monitor for Samsung. I mean, yeah, they got better fucking monitors out there that are
And you can
better.
add TV to it. It's just HDMI cables, dude. Like, you can just add a cable box to it. That's all you gotta do.
What was the thing that was missing with monitors? I think sometimes they don't even have. Oh yeah, that's what it was. They don't have fucking speakers. Why don't fucking monitors come with speakers? Why do you always have to get a fucking
That's why
monitor?
you get it cheaper. That's why they're cheaper.
That's fucking whack.
It's a whole part of technology they don't even need to put in there.
Why? I would love to fucking have a
Okay, but then you're
Because
gonna
they
pay
all
more.
sound like shit.
You're gonna pay more.
To actually make it not sound like shit, it will add significant in price to make the speakers good and to make them fit. Damn. Is that because of the MSU or is it the way game works?
Could be.
Oh, why it just stops
No,
like
the
that?
game doesn't work like that normally.
Okay.
It's probably an audio file loading thing. Walks shaft.
Back in my day, the computer had the speakers in it.
All right, like what the fuck?
Back in my day.
Damn rapscallions.
So yeah, your stream looks way better at 720, dude. Way better.
Oh, yeah,
Have you had any issues since then?
No, like no. But that's the thing is that's how I started, and then I switched to 1080p because
Oh fuck.
Yeah, your editor doesn't know that you have no bitrate to use.
Right.
You have no extra upload.
Yeah, and I was
So
like,
you're doing
fuck.
the best with what you have.
Yeah.
The 1080p streams were rough looking.
And it's crazy because for some reason that wasn't an issue for so long, and then recently it started getting really bad, and they were like, yeah, it's looking terrible. And it was during the era of the new season of Tekken, and then all of a sudden it just started looking bad, and everyone was like, yeah, I didn't know what to tell you. So I had to go back to 720. I was like, fuck, man. So I'm just regressing again. I was like, I want to upgrade. I want to fucking do better on.
The problem is you're going to upgrade and they're only going to give you more download, and that's not what you need.
No,
you need more
exactly.
upload. Spectrum will not give you more upload.
Spectrum is obsessed with, yes, they want download, we're gonna give them download. That's what you want, right? Download.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
I don't want that.
The other issue is that your upload is not always going to be what they say it is.
Yeah.
It'll
yeah.
fluctuate constantly, and then it'll give it to
It
sometimes.
speeds up to, not speeds at.
Yes.
Oh.
It's not speeds at 20 Mbps upload. It speeds up to 20. So it can be like 4 or 1
Yeah.
randomly.
Fuck that.
And that they had to put that in there because everybody fucking bitched like I did during COVID, where it's like, dude, I'm paying for 10 upload. Why the hell am I not getting it?
Yeah. The problem is my infrastructure. We have copper fucking infrastructure when it comes to.
Dude, copper can do fiber speeds.
Yeah.
Copper
but,
can do gigabyte up, gigabyte down.
but I'm sharing with everybody else in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
the problem is that they won't upgrade the infrastructure
Yeah.
to accommodate it.
Accommodate that, and that's the problem. It's not
Copper
even.
can be ridiculously fucking fast.
Yeah. But when you're sharing, oh, good luck, because everybody's taking off that same copper.
Yeah, the node.
And it's funny because they say, oh, well, you're getting crazy download speed and upload speed, but that's because that speed that you're talking about is being shared. You're not saying that part.
Yeah.
So they're advertising the upload and download speed.
They're not advertising what you are going to
What
get.
you're getting,
could
exactly.
get. This
Yeah.
is what you could get if nobody else was
Using
it.
at the exact same time.
Nobody else on your node is home.
So it's a nice little bait and switch
It's
advertising.
complete monopoly horseshit. You have no other options.
No other options. Get
Just
wrecked.
eat our ass and take our bad internet.
And trust me, I went to AT&T, I went to fucking Verizon.
not available.
And they're like, yeah, we can't do that in your area. And, you know, you'd have to go somewhere else.
That'd
And
be
I'm
how
like,
I do.
and I'm like, why? That's like, it's like, just why?
They pretty much have a zip
Unauthorized
code monopoly. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Like they have a monopoly on
They
that
all
zip code.
agreed. Like,
and they all agreed. AT&T gets this area, we get this area.
Yeah.
we get everybody
They
here.
agreed back in the 90s.
They agreed back in the 90s,
Summer of
man.
Love, look it up.
Summer of Love, is that what they called it?
Yep, they called the Summer of Love, where they all agreed to distribute the entire country, split up the map of it.
Where they just own this side.
Yeah.
There won't be any competition. You just take it.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that that's not a thing in other countries. Like
No, in other countries it's against the law.
Yeah.
In ours it is business.
It's fucking crazy. Oh my god! And we put up, and we can't do anything about it. We can. There's no lobbying. Not lobbying. There's no
That's how-
legislation.
that's how it got
There's
there.
no voting for it. You know.
Well,
like,
yeah.
bribery and lobbying is how it got this place.
Right. Yeah. But I'm saying that we can't vote against it because it's not on the ballots.
Yeah, that is sometimes, but they usually like hide it in
Hide
some
it.
weird
It's some
thing
fucking shit like
that
okay.
you know you'll vote. But you don't want kids to starve. Like, that's what they'll do. You want better internet, but you don't want kids to starve, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, that's how they get what they want.
That argument only works when I say it. Because Max hates
Fuck.
kids. The fuck is this boss, bro?
It's is there a guy underneath there? Is that where?
Yeah, is a
Yo,
lava
Moon,
monster?
thank you for the 20 dudes. Appreciate
Ooh,
it.
he went in. It's a lava monster, or is it a sword monster?
Sword. It's a cursed sword.
Ah, okay. Think of the children. Fuck.
See, what's the best game on SNES that isn't Chrono Trigger? Go. Feel. Think.
Best game
Just feel it
on
out.
SNES that isn't
Feel it
Chrono
out.
Trigger. Oh, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, so not Street Fighter 2. That's
Street Fighter 2, Hyper.
Nah, it's just no Street Fighter 2. Come on. That's easy.
What are you talking about? This
Think of something real good. Super Metroid?
Oh, let me see the chat. Mario, nah. Mega Man X?
Hey, pretty fucking good, bro.
Yeah, Mega Man X2. X2 though.
You like X2 more than X?
X2
I
definitely.
want to see you play X2.
Okay, X2.
I want you to. I just want to see you try it. You don't need to beat it or anything. I just want to see it. I want to see X2. X2 I've always been intimidated by because it's like one of the harder Mega Man X games.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Yeah,
It's fucking tough. We beat it. No, we did. But it's fucking tough. It's kind of like, god damn, this shit's tough.
I loved it because they gave you the Hadouken, or not the Hadouken, they gave you the Shoryuken there.
Yeah.
And the story was fucking got ramped up in part 2. I fucking love that shit.
X2 is kind of a black sheep. I thought that was X3. I thought X3 is the black sheep
No,
of
I
like
think
the
it's
X.
2. 2 is the one that people usually complain about.
I think it's
Because
just
3 lets you play as 0.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Sorta.
Sorta.
Like he's like a guest.
Yeah.
So did 2. 2 like gave you like a fucking option to like pick him in a sort of way. It was kind of weird. Final fight. 0. He was terrible in 3. Holy shit, 0 was bad. Like he was like
They made up for it in the next game.
And then I think they had like a black version of the black suit 0 as well, which was
That's X4, I think.
was it? No, because he was like way worse, like with the black suit 0, right, Chad?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saving my Link to the Past playthrough, chat. I've never played it. I've never even touched it. I don't think I've ever touched it. I think I've seen Simmons play a little bit of it, but that's about Link to the Past.
Oh, yeah.